told yourself, well, this thing, whatever it is, it's not working, so I just need to do more of it. Now, sometimes that's great advice. Not always. So what I want to talk about with you today is why doing more posts, more videos, more reels, more of something that's not currently working doesn't actually help you. It actually makes the problem worse. Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the ouchie mama part, right? So tell me if you've ever been in this situation where you've either heard this advice where somebody said, you know what you need to do? You just need to do more of it. Just do more. Just do more. Right? Instead of doing, and we're going to unpack why that doesn't work. But it's not always advice that somebody gives you. Okay? Sometimes it's just this feeling that we have. Well, maybe if I just did more, right? Maybe if I just worked harder, maybe if I just repeated this, maybe then it would work. And so what I want you to understand from today's live is there's actually something you need to do first. Okay, if we have not met, by the way, my name is Jamie Hain. I am a video and growth coach, and I help you figure out, especially today, why your videos are not getting you the results that you want so that you can actually love video. Because what I believe, here's what I believe. You tell me if I'm right here. Oftentimes, the reason you're not consistent with posting, not consistent with showing up, not consistent with doing video, is because it's not getting you the results. So honest answer here. If your videos got you the results that you wanted, wouldn't you do more? Yeah. The problem is the opposite isn't true. More doesn't actually solve this problem. So let's break this down. Let's kind of dig into what's happening. So my guess is if you have tried this, what has happened is that it just, where's my slide? It just led you to be more exhausted, get frustrated. And honestly, that's what leads to burnout, right? I just keep posting. I just keep doing this. I've got to now do this more times than I need to. And that leads down a path that you really don't want it to lead to. So what I want you to hear from me very, very clearly is that you earn the right to do more of something. You earn that right. Now, what the heck am I talking about? What I want you to realize is that you have to get results with something that you're doing less often first before you do more. That's why you earn that right. And that's why it can actually hurt you, which is not what we want. Okay, so let's take an example here, okay? Let's say you're doing something once per day. You pick. Maybe it's a video, maybe it's a reel, maybe it's a post, it doesn't matter. Let's say you're doing something once a day. And as a result, it is getting you no results. You're not getting any comments, clients aren't buying, nothing is happening, right? Why would doing that 3 times a day help? Why would more help? Like logically break this down for yourself. Why do we think more would help? Because here's what you got to realize. And this is this is that sage advice that has been passed on from generations to generations, right? And it's this idea of doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So when it comes to video, why would we do this, right? And like I said before, it actually hurts you. So let's talk about what you need to do first. You first need to dig into what is happening, where is it happening, and why is it happening? It's this whole idea of you have to diagnose first to figure out what's going wrong with that thing, with that post, with that reel, with that video, apply a fix to it, and then you do more. Then you do more. Now, I want to back up and I want to talk about this because I want to make sure you guys are getting this. Hold on here. Oh, wrong slide. Let's talk about why this hurts you, okay? So this whole idea of I'm doing something once a day. Now I'm going to go to 3 times a day. How does it hurt me? Because our brains go, well, logically, you're just giving yourself more chances. It's like entering a raffle, right? If I put my name in once, 1 chance. If I put my name in 300 times, more chances. Okay, but here's what happens with video. What you got to realize is when people are scrolling, okay, so they're on their phones, they're scrolling, right? They stop, they pause, and they scroll on. Something in that post or reel or whatever else just didn't resonate with them. Okay. Ouch, it hurts. I know, but it's true, right? Okay, so now you go, well, I just needed to show up more. If I just show up more, eventually I'll wear them down and they'll stop. No, what you actually do is you train them to scroll by faster. You train them to be like, as soon as I see her face, I scroll by because I don't like her content. Oh, I know, it hurts, right? And then the worst part is the algorithm follows suit. So the algorithm's paying attention. They're like, man, all of Jamie's followers are scrolling past all of her posts, all of her videos. I'm just going to lower that reach. Remember, an algorithm's job is to serve up quality content. And the only metrics it has to identify that is what your followers do. See how it can hurt you? Okay, let me know if you got questions on that. Let me know, because I really want to make sure that you understand what we're talking about here, okay? So back to this. What the heck do we have to do? You've got to figure out what's going wrong in that post content, in that video content, and you've got to fix that thing. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, Jamie, how the heck do I do that? Right? Because I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's happening. All right, I have a brand new video. It's called The Video Gap. It's 12 minutes long. And it actually is going to help you figure out the what, the where, and the why. It's completely free, no cost. Okay? What you're going to do is this. Once you diagnose what's going on, then you can course correct. You can solve that thing. You test it. We're not to more yet. You test it at the same cadence you've been doing it and see if it gets you better results. You assess what's happening and then you do more, right? Remember, when you earn the right to do more, you only are going to do more when the thing you're doing is working. Otherwise, remember, exhaustion, burnout, that's not what we want. Okay, let me know if you got questions on this, because I think this is like, sometimes this is a little bit to like wrap your head around, okay? Let me see if you got any questions. I'm going to take a pause, let y'all catch up here. You're seeing me double? Look at that. Well, how ironic is that? We're talking about more and how more isn't better. And now you got me twice. Hopefully that fixed the problem. Okay, like, see right there? Sign from the universe. I'm just saying. I don't know what happened. I must have clicked something when I was clicking something, and yeah, I don't need to do that. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to go through this 12-minute video. It's going to help you understand where the problem is, okay? And I'll just, a little sneak peek. It actually turns into a series. It's free, okay? So once you figure out what, where, and why, well, actually, it's more like what and where, then you're going to only watch the next video. I mean, you can watch all of them if you want, but you're going to watch the video that's going to help you learn why. What do I got to do different, okay? So if this is something you want, just type the word gap in the comments and I will get it over to you, okay? Okay. Now, the other thing that we have to talk about when we're sitting here talking about more is this idea of we're trying to fix everything at once, right? So we look at that content, we diagnose, and we're like, okay, I learned from Jamie that these are the 5 things that I'm doing wrong. I'm going to fix all 5 right now. The problem when you do that is that you don't really know which one got you the traction you want, right? I'll give you an example. This is in my own life, right? Like I am now on several supplements. You know, when you get to a certain age, you gotta start taking supplements, right? Or you start to feel just like crap. And yes, I know, diet helps, exercise helps, all that helps, but sometimes you need a supplement. Well, if you take a whole bunch of supplements and you got 5 different supplements you take every day, you start to go, I don't know which one's working. So how do I then have to go about stopping one to see if it makes my problem worse? That's not what you want to do, okay? So as painful as it is, okay, what you have to do is stop being in a hurry. Stop rushing. And I know that is so hard to do because you're like, I need to get business, I need to get clients, I need to get money. But here's what you have to understand. That energy that you are putting into your content and your videos, it is felt. It's a real thing, right? So if you are hurrying and you're creating reels, you're creating videos, you're posting, and you have expectations of this is going to get me a client, you get more frustrated when it doesn't. But what's happening is that energy can be felt by your audience, and they're like, oh, I don't know, a little desperate over there. So as hard as it is to hear, you got to slow down. It's the whole slow and steady wins the race. Figure out the first place in your process where it's breaking down and fix it. Okay, the 12-minute video goes into all of this, so you're going to get all of this information. So if you want it, comment the word gap, and I will send it over to you. All right. I'm going to keep this live very short because my one on whatever day that was that Monday or Tuesday? We went like 45 minutes, which is crazy. So if you haven't watched it, it was a good one. Go back. It's pinned in the group. This Monday, next Monday, over the weekend, I will be live again. Will be another short one similar to this, but this time we're going to talk about why I cringe at the advice, just be consistent. Just be consistent. Why that is such terrible advice. Okay. That's what we'll talk about on Monday. Okay. Let me see if you got any questions and we will go from there. Hello. No questions, just hellos. I love it. Okay. So here's what I want you to get from this. Okay. Clarity is how you move forward faster. Clarity is what gives you the momentum. It's not changing a bunch of things and wondering what's working and what's not working. It's about, okay, I got to slow down. I got to calm down. I got to figure out what's going wrong. I got to fix that one thing, see if it makes it better. Then I can go and assess and fix the next thing and assess and fix the next thing, right? The clarity is the driver that you want. Okay. All right. So have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great Friday. And I will see you on Monday for why just be consistent is horrible advice. All right. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye, guys.